All good things have to come to an end. We've finished our travels, we're back, filmed a load of video, so here's the video for you, here's the intro, enjoy guys. Alright, so we're pulling the boat off. So obviously we've got a very custom boat loader, sort of made it that way to work with the tents and everything. So there's a lot to it, and to be fair, we were back on the coast for like 2 weeks. We smashed it out in 2 weeks building it, and there's been a few changes along the way. So year and a half on the road and everything's a bit rough, so excuse the fixes. Things have been driven over cut and so on. So the first thing I do is plug in the winch, back off the winch slightly because the winch is sort of holding the boat up there. So we're on our second winch. We've now got a Runva. Some of this stuff you'll see is not Runva because we sort of replaced the winch on the road while we were traveling. So that just sort of backs off the winch. 2 ladders, so I get Briohny to help. So they're just the ones that come with Bush Company tents. And I just got a couple of extra Bush Company I'll just unhook it, brackety thingies that I'll put right back here so I can still have the canopy open while we do stuff on the roof.
You can see up there's 2 bolts. So it comes with one on the hand side and it's with one on the left hand side. So we just have the canopy open and the ladders on. We're in a bit of a tight spot here with the bush right next to us.
Winter bandy. So next, we undo all the straps and the boat cover. I pretty much just throw the boat cover in the middle and then take all the straps off, holding it on. And then we can pretty much just slide it back and push it halfway off. So this is the main sort of central strap. It's bolted straight into the canopy, into one of the support ridges. She gets a bit stiff, as you can see, it's all a bit rusty, but it'll come. There we go. Go and just boat cover on the other side, pretty much. As you can see, this is a storage space. I normally, to be fair, have it packed better than this, but we've just come from South Lafroy to Inverbandy, so half an hour. So we just chucked everything in the boat. So it's normally packed a bit better than this, but the next major part are these two, basically the legs, wheels, whatever you want to call them, back car. These are probably heavier than they need to be, but that's because we ran full axle. Some other ones that you'll notice have got an axle about yay long, but that's a full solid steel axle through there, so they're probably a bit heavier, but I just wanted to be able to get corrugations, not worry about it too much. So yeah, not too bad. Briohny carries them.
So they are basically just both stored inside the boat. They sort of slot next to this box here, which keeps all of our life jackets, safety equipment and that sort of thing in it. And you can see they sort of run like that. So when we take it out, on the passenger side is the driver's side wheel, that's how they fit in, and vice versa. Jockey wheel is in here as well. So we just basically grab all of that out of the boat, take it down. Good.
So next bit, push it back. And so we get far enough back to attach the legs or the wheels, whatever you want to call it, in the air.
I've got the very important job of creating the winch.
Easy one. Alright, for the next bit is our stabilizer arms. These don't make much sense until you watch it all and the way it comes down. So I got these pins just in here, honestly, just to hold them all together when we're traveling, so it doesn't fly around. I got my little bolt. I've lost some bolts, so you'll notice there's a few mismatched bolts, and there should be washers, the places where there should be washers. That's why. Same with this one. Take pins out. Find one day. Alright, go. Alright, don't stop now. Keep going. Keep going. Up. And I realise all the cool people on the internet are going to say, I can't believe they're underneath it. But if you look, it's completely supported by a roof rack. And
it's safer than our winch, really.
It's like the whole weight is just sitting on the truck. It's not on the, and because we're in soft sand, the boat's not going anywhere. So the other thing we got to do is swap the hitch. Obviously we got a 45 pin for the van. Got a normal ball for the trailer. And normally it's really easy, but
it's full of sand. Every time you stick your camera in something, it's hard.
There you go.
So full disclosure, we are on soft sand and probably facing the boat the wrong way, so it's going to not roll very easily. Usually when we've got a bit more beach, we try and park sort of slightly downhill so the boat kind of rolls off. So yeah, you're probably going to struggle a little bit here.
So I got a little eyelet here. I don't know. Yeah, hand me that. Got a little eyelet. And basically the rope just slots in there, and that's obviously what keeps the front of it up and stops it all from crashing down. Alright, stop. Alright.
Still gotta go back. I'm climbing back. That's enough, you way too much.
That's just gonna something down.
Salty, real salty duds.
Okay, we'll take one of the other boards then. Old mate can reverse. I'll give him that. I'll drive the boat down. All right, a few quick boat FAQs. How tall are we with the boat on?
It's 3.7.
3.7. We're about 3.65. We go for 3.7.
In my head, I pretty much go 4 meters.
Haven't wiped it out
If
yet.
it's below 4 meters, I make Briohny stand there.
What else do you always get asked?
Everybody always goes, how do you get the boat down? As you saw, winch at the front. I do always, my standard line is I just lift it down, mate. And that's generally stops the questions.
What other questions? What boat is it?
It's a SeaJay Nomad 3.7 high side.
Why?
Yeah.
Oh, sorry, go. What motor is it?
We got an old one. We're going to have a negotiation about that soon, I think. But at the moment, we've got a Yamaha 22 stroke. But it's got a few issues.
20 stroke?
20 horsepower, 2-stroke.
Copy. Okay, sweet. I had a really good question. Oh, who designed it or made it all?
Yeah, so Penny Industries, Luke at Penny, he is the man. He built it all. And to be perfectly fair,
Boys.
there was a very, very short window of design, build, and us back on the road. So there's a few things that could be better, but I didn't even give the guy a chance. We pretty much smashed it together, threw it on the roof, shook hands and said, see you later.
Send it to South Australia.
And sent it to South Australia a week later. So it was a very, very rushed job and it's been amazing. We get comments on it everywhere and it's been super strong, which was my brief of make it strong, make it tough.
What boat cover do we use?
Ocean Earth, Anaconda. There's my answer, whatever that is.
Was it Anaconda? No, we've been through like 4.
Yeah, no, the Anaconda ones are the good ones. Every time we buy a BCF one, they tear to bits. Anaconda one is the good one.
Cool. I thought we got it from a different company.
It's Anaconda, but it's
Okay.
the Anaconda brand.
Cool.
We bought it direct
Anaconda.
the last one. We've been through a couple, and only because just trees tearing them and stuff like that. With it up so high, it's no fault of the cover. Just
All right, I'm going to go controversial. Why is your crocodile the wrong way?
yeah. So we started off with the boat upside down, and we changed halfway through the trip.
So we used to have the trailer in the canopy. I'll find a photo of it. It was like one of those fold-out ones.
Yeah. So I still say this is the best way. Everything's compromised. The idea, so upside down means you've got to store your motor, you've got to store your trailer, you've got to assemble everything.
Where do we have the motor? Oh, the motor was inside the
Motor
boat.
is in the boat.
I'll find some footage of it and overlay it.
Another company does a proper thing. We sort of customed our own. And so you take up a lot of storage. This way, obviously, as you saw, surfboards and everything stored in the boat. It's a lot quicker to get off. Once it's off, I got a complete proper trailer. We can tow anywhere. So I still say this is the best way. Each camp's different. Some camps you just like here, we're just going to push it in the water, the boat, and literally pull the trailer up into the dunes and forget about it for 2 weeks. So upside down would have been fine here, but other campsites have been where you are towing to the boat ramp every day, like Arnhem Land and places like that where there's crocs.
Crocodiles, yeah.
Definitely this way is so much better, and especially the boat trailer being so high is annoying putting the boat on and off. But when you're in croc country, it's actually really cool because you can just rip it in and out really quickly without having to get too close to the water.
So we're going to go into croc country after here
Yeah.
in a month or two again. So
we're north
it's
of
sort of a
West Arnhem Land, so we'll be with the big boys up big lizards up there.
cool. What other questions do we get asked?
How heavy is it? I don't know.
How heavy? Absolutely
No idea.
It's the beauty of the truck. We don't really care much too much.
Well,
about
we do. Total weight. We're legal. Full disclosure. I would say, actually, I wouldn't even say. It's quite light with like when it's empty, I can pick up the back of the trailer and move it to the side. Like if I'm reversing and it goes off on an angle, I just pick it up and move it. I would say it's like to lift at the back would be 30 kilos. Total weight, I wouldn't have a clue. Not much, all aluminium.
Other question is, do you actually use your boat when you're travelling? Is it worth getting a boat?
I wouldn't. I'd say you're wasting your time getting in a car and going around Australia without one. If you ask our kids, all their best memories, they're all in the boat. It allows us to see so much.
What fish did you catch recently off the boat?
Mahi.
So he's mahi, 9-year-olds. There's been marlin, there's been wahoo, there's been Spanish. The freezer's full, and gives us something to do, to be honest. It's sort of just the other day we went chasing manta rays and exploring beaches miles away. I think we did 20 nautical miles to go find what we thought was going to be manta rays, but we found dugongs.
So could we have a bigger boat?
Yeah, in hindsight, I'd change it all, and I would probably try and go more like Yeah, that 4.1 side console or something like a famous truck family's got.
Bell family. Shout out to the Bell family.
We were camping.
And so you could still have that without the diagonal canopy?
Yeah, I think I'd do something in between. I don't think I'd want to go quite that diagonal canopy, but theirs is cool. But definitely their boat is way cool. And we were camped side by side and we were going out every day and I was watching him just sitting there with his steering wheel and his side console while I was getting pounded on the tiller.
So anything else you would change? Boat, as far as boat and getting on the
so
roofs?
I've got this dream of this style of boat trailer, but with the back of my truck edged out at the back for the wheels. So basically bigger boat on top the same way, but with the canopy back corner so the wheels stayed on. So there was no wheels on and off, no motor on and off, and you basically just dropped it on and off, but not on the angle because we got a lot of stuff in our canopy. And all the angled canopies I've seen, there's sort of a big compromise in storage, and I like the storage. And when you put the two trucks side by side with the boat on the angle versus the boat flat, I think the overall height's about the same because on the angle it shoots up into the sky.
And for all of those fellas out there trying to convince your missus if you should get a boat or not, I am all for the boat. My only prerequisite was it must fit Andrew and the 3 kids in it, so that way I can be left in peace.
Yeah, so you need a big boat. Don't get a small boat, she'll get the shits, get a big boat.
Accelerate off-grid touring, powering your adventures.